Hi, excuse me, got a frog in my throat. Andrea St. Amand here. I want to talk about a really common theme about spirits getting stuck. That's something that everybody I know, I don't know anybody who has not had that notion in their head, including myself, at some point. I mean, part of us, we're told that, right? We're told with ghost stories, we're told with Hollywood, we're told with movies, spirits get stuck and they can like get you, or poltergeist can get you. I mean, I grew up with the movie Poltergeist. It was so frightening. So of course, all of us are going to think that. And I don't want to just poo-poo like, oh, no, spirits never get stuck. They never, I want to go do a little bit deeper than I was able to do in my comment to the post earlier today. First of all, when you guys first start seeing things, particularly with kids are always going to see their guides, always. And a guide could be grandma. If grandma just passed, grandma could become a guide for that grandchild, or it could be an aunt or whatever. One of mine was an aunt. She sat on my bed every night. It didn't freak me out because I was a kid and I didn't know I was supposed to be freaked out by it. So kids can, especially if kids are sick or they're going through a struggle, their guides can come in and help heal them. Their guides can come in and bring them some joy. But at some point, kids do get scared. They're like, oh, wait, there's something in my room. And sometimes kids are scared. And what you do is you as a parent or you as an adult, if this starts happening, you just say, back off. You're scaring me. Go. I'm not. And your guides really are so used to being around you that they're like startled when you could actually see them. So that's usually like the first thing you guys are seeing, unless a relative is just passed and that you're feeling that relative come in. But moving into like the stuckness, and so guides aren't stuck because we hired our guides before we incarnated. We hired them. It's our employees, so they're not stuck. Their whole job for our entire existence is to work for us. And if you want to learn more on guides, you got to take my course, because there's a whole big thing on guides in my course, which I'll talk about later in this video. But spirits, why does it seem like, okay, mom passed away and now she's constantly around, or grandma, or there is a spirit that you don't know? First of all, a spirit you don't know is not going to be hanging around you. Likely, I am going to give you an exception to that. But if it's someone you know, and sometimes it's like an unresolved issue that you have with mom in life, and you're like, I really don't want my mom here. Like, go. I have a friend like that. She's like, and she finally like kicked mom out. It's not that mom is stuck, or not that spirit is stuck. It's that spirit is trying to communicate something to you, or just checking on you, and you just happen to be alert. Your antenna is up and you can know that it's checking, because they're checking on us all the time. So you're like, oh, mom's checking on me. What does she want? I kind of don't want her around, or I do want her around. But it's not like there has to be some message, and once the message is received, the spirit goes away. It's not really like that at all. I mean, that can be the case, but it's usually not. And what boundaries here are the name of the game. If you had a hard time drawing boundaries with that spirit in life when they were incarnated, you're going to have a hard time drawing boundaries with them in their spirit. And so if they're pushy and shovey and kind of always wanting your attention, they're probably going to keep acting like that in spirit until you say, go away, get out. And you have the right to do that. So they're not stuck. They're just kind of hanging around you because they might want your attention. That's kind of it. Here's the deal. You can always say no. We are the ones here living in our spaces, and all of you are empowered to take energetic control of your spaces. And in fact, when I do property clearings, that's what I'm doing. I'm putting you in energetic charge of your space and of who gets to come in and out. So you are totally in your right to say no, and to say, you're bothering me, don't interrupt me in the middle of the night, don't do this, don't do that. It's totally right. And you can learn how to do that. That is something that you need to learn how to do with practice. That also, though, so what I said earlier, and I'm just going to give you the exception of, like, it's always going to be a spirit you know, because other strangers not really going to be interested in hanging out with you. Unless, of course, that is like somebody who used to live in the house, or it's just a comfortable spot for them. Or if you take like the haunted jail, let's go back to the haunted jail. There are so many spirits in there that have nothing to do with the jail, because they're getting energy. People are going in every night and hoping to see a ghost. And all the spirit world is so excited when we get open. They're so excited. They're like, oh, maybe we can communicate. So they're all like in. And when you guys start opening up, which everybody in this group, you got your antennas up, you got your feelers out, the spirit world knows that. And they're so excited that your consciousness is expanding. And they're so excited they might be able to remind you that there's more to life than this. and that life goes on and love goes on, and they want to start talking to you. And that can get overwhelming and scary. It could totally be like overwhelming and scary. So you have the right to learn to draw boundaries, say no, say back off, come back later, or one at a time. You can start doing that. One spirit that just really annoyed me. I don't want to say annoyed me, I'm sorry, but really wouldn't let me go was a missing persons case. And she was such a strong communicator and had lived a real, a type of life that a lot of people would judge, because there were drugs, there was prostitution, there was, she really didn't live the life that she was raised to live. She'd taken a detour. And when she went missing, she has passed. She was so excited to communicate about her life and about just about the things that brought her joy. And she was even really happy about her death because she was a very, very, very sick woman. And she was so excited to communicate that with me that I couldn't get her to go away. So literally, she wasn't stuck. She was just happy to share her story with somebody. And she knew I was sharing it with a detective who was also non-judgmental. Her family wasn't ready to hear a lot of what she was sharing. She literally, though, woke me up in the middle of the night, and I felt so violated. And she woke me up to tell me about playing cards. Like, she wanted to get up and play cards and play poker. And you know what? And I was mad. I was like, you gotta go. You gotta go on here. Come back later. But you know what? That piece of evidence, at the time she woke me up, and the fact that she played poker and the fact of the cards, that was a big validating piece of evidence of that I did have that spirit, because it was something she did in real life. So I have asked her she has stepped up. But she's so excited anytime somebody wants to work on her case, she hops in and like it won't let you go. So that doesn't mean they're stuck though. That does, to us, feel like it. It's like, why are you just hanging around? Like, move on. So I just want to do a deeper dive on that a little bit, like why we think they might get stuck. Remember that when you pass away, you lose your physical body, of course, but you also lose your ego. So there's no ego left. There's no, it's kind of hard to get your mind around. It takes some work, and a lot of work with spirit and a lot of work with souls to understand that we're always seeing things through ego. They're not. So our perception and our interpretation of their communications is always going to be so dumbed down and so through the lens of our own ego, and it's kind of hard to get that out of the way and really get the truth of what they're communicating. So that takes a lot of work. It takes fun work. It takes working with a teacher and a mentor. So I welcome everybody to kind of get into that so you can be really empowered. You don't have to give readings yourself, but you'll at least understand the energy and be able to receive messages and be really empowered to take energetic ownership over your space and be like, no, I'm not open for communication right now. Or, yeah, I'll go into meditation and set my intent and see who comes in. I mean, that's fair. So I think that's it for today. But anytime you're ever feeling scared, it's a fear that you can just be like, no, don't bring me that. Don't startle me. I'm only going to be available when I'm available, and I'm not going to be available in my house. Maybe you don't even want to do it in your house. Anything's fine. Empower yourself, get knowledge, and take charge of your own space, your own house, your kids, whatever. My course, I have a course on intuition. It's a 5-week course. The price is going to go up in the fall because I'm going to redo the way I'm doing it. I think it's going to be much more hands-on. But right now, if anybody's wanting a course on intuition, you have it forever. If you can't do all of it in 5 weeks, don't worry about it. It's only $297, so it's actually a great deal. You get video slides. You also, with that price, you get a free one-on-one coaching call with me. So whenever you're feeling called to do that, pop over. I'll have the link right here. But again, that's only going to be available between now and the rest of the summer, because I'm going to redo the way I'm doing that. All right. I hope to see you guys all participating in your own consciousness raising and awareness raising and being braver, bigger versions of your already miraculous selves. Happy Friday. Bye.